Hey, I didn't realize you were watching my YouTube video already. Hi, I'm Wayne the Boat Guy, and in today's video we're going to take a look at my throttle remote control lever thing on my boat. See, I'm a big dummy. I don't even know what it's called, but there's something wrong with it and I want to fix that. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, I want to do a shout out to Derek at Vice Grip Garage. Derek, your videos make me laugh, keep me entertained, and we all live vicariously through you because Derek works on a lot of cool old cars, gets them running, keeps them running, has a lot of fun at it, and his videos are just great. And today I'm wearing a really old Lowe's hat because I'm waiting for Derek's really cool new hats to come out so that I can order myself one of those, and then I will wear that in a future video. But please, my shout out today goes to Derek at Vice Grip Garage. Love your channel. If you guys like car stuff, please check out his channel. Alright, so what we're doing first. First thing we're doing is we've got our nice old bucket from, what was this for? Oh, this is whenever I did a tile job a while ago. A tile job sucked. So what I do is before I go out to my boat, I load up my bucket with all the tools that I'll need. Well, at least a good attempt at it. If I get a bunch of tools in here, then usually I only have to make 2 or 3 trips back into where the rest of my tools are to get the tools to finish the job off. So first thing we're going to do is finish loading up this bucket. So I got some screwdrivers, some pliers, got some vice grips, a couple of wrenches, but not too many. I have a feeling my boat's from the 70s, my engine's from the 80s, it's Evinrude, it's all American stuff, so I have a feeling it's all going to be standard. So we're going to load in a bunch of standard wrenches. Just a bunch of them. Heck, one of the ones I grabbed is even a line wrench. You know, like the ones for taking off brake lines. I won't need that, but I got it anyway, so. Might as well take a 10mm just for grins. Sure, 5/16 sounds good. And let's take a big old set of deep sockets. Some Taiwan awful regular sockets. They're 1/4" drive. Those are metric. But you know what? I'm going to throw them in there anyway, just for fun. Yep. Oh, look at this set. Look. Oh, yeah, that looks good, Wayne. Yeah. And then need a couple ratchets. See that one there? Oh, nice. Look at this one. It's got a pivoting head on it. That's good. Couple of extensions, maybe. And a rag. That should be enough to get us started. That way I only have to make 2 or 3 trips back here into the garage to get more tools. Alright, let's go out to the boat. Alright, so first things first, we got to get the boat uncovered so I can get to the throttle assembly. Shh, ladies. Shh, shh. The chickens. Ignore the chickens. So I'm going to just quickly take the cover off here. We'll fast forward through this part. Okay, so I've climbed in the boat. I'm underneath my cover. Here's my shifter, throttle, remote control, whatever it's called. But I have a real problem when I go to shift from forward to reverse. It's real slow, it's real clunky, and this is my first boat. As I mentioned, I'm a big dummy, so I didn't know if that's just how it's supposed to be. And then I took one of my buddies out with me, And he was like, yeah, that does not work right at all. That's terrible. He said, that's horrible. No wonder you have such a hard time parking your boat. Which I do, because going from forward to reverse, stopping the boat, starting it back up, and backing it up, it's hard. So that's me trying to put it forward. That's me trying to put it in reverse. So it's real tough. So what we're going to try to figure out today is whether it's this assembly, or the cables, or the engine part, or a combination of all three. And because of the age of this boat, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a combination of all three. However, we might take this apart and find out that it's just our cables need to be lubricated or replaced. Or we might find out that this assembly just needs to be replaced or repaired or something. So that's what I'm going to try to figure out today when the wind's not blowing the tarp is... So that's what I'm going to try to do today. I'm going to take this apart. We're going to figure out what's bad, what's good, and what needs to be addressed. Chickens! Chickens! Shh! They're never this loud, usually. But let's take a look, see what we got here. This one only has these two big screws here. This is our safety thing I never used, so let's see what we can get here. So we got this big Phillips screw that you feel on the other side. See if there's a nut on the other side of this. Oh, yes there is. But it's loose enough. Oh, that's nice. Hear that nice, fabulous fiberglass cracking type sound. I don't know what we got under here, so. Alright. I'm relying on you guys to remember where all this stuff goes when I start taking it apart. So the nut is very easy to loosen on the other side of this. I just got my fingers on there. There's the nut that was on the other side. It's probably metric. I have no idea. And let's see what we got here. Feel something here too. But I can hold this one with my hand as well. That's great. We're winning right now. Because there's a whole lot of cables and wire and stuff up in there. And oh, that would suck to try to have to put all that. No. I kind of held on to the... have to put all that back up in here. Look what this tube is for. There's like a clear tube under here. Oh, that's for the air horn. Oh, that's cool. Now my phone's ringing. Hello? You know, there's nothing better than whenever you're sitting here unscrewing things, working on stuff, and then your phone rings and you think it's something important and it's just a cold call, sales call, telemarketer thing. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Nobody likes that. Alright, so we're getting this screw out here. I'm turning the nut with my hand again on the back side while I'm taking the screw out on the front side. And as they say in France, voila, there's the other nut. Look at that, it matches the other one too. So, alright, let's see what we got here now. Oh, yeah, got some wiggling. Oh, oh. You watch, there's probably all kinds of nasty spiders living behind this thing here. It is February, so I'm hoping there won't be too many of them, but it's such a nice day that if they are going to be alive, this is a day to be alive, I guess. Or out of hibernation, or whatever it is you call it. Well, this is going swimmingly. I'm just sitting here. Oh, hey, look, a washer. That's nice. I wonder if the other one has a washer. Oh, yeah, it does. I feel it. Oh. You might even have 2 washers. Oh, that one has a lock washer, a little lock washer, and a flat washer, I think. I'm not sure. It's just giving me a hard time. Look at that, I can turn the screw from the backside now. What's going on with that? Oh. I don't know what's going on with this. All right, look how long that thing is. It's not greasy. That's good, I guess. This one here, if I had brought out my, you know, that would have gotten this out in no time. This video would be over now. You'd all be watching the next fellow doing something else more exciting than watching me just still take out a screw over here. Come on. Oh. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, there's a lot of leaves in my boat. Oh. Alright then, so on the other side, there's this nice board that he had bracing this up. And, oh yeah, oh yeah, Oh, I gotta give you a close-up look at this, hold on. Alright, so here's the close-up look at this. Look at all that tree gunk that's in there, that's nice. And we got like a, I don't know what that is, some kind of, actually that's like a rubber plug. I thought it was like a bug nest or something. And, but yeah, oh, all this dirt in here? Yeah, oh, you know, that's good. That keeps that nice. That keeps that real nice. So, alright, let's get this bad boy cracked open. Alright, so we got it flipped down here. Here's all of our cables and wires. We got 3 big screws in the back here. We got this one, and then one all the way up front here. So I'm going to do that one first. Well, I'm going to try. Oh, there we go. Alright. So when we get inside of this thing and it all bits come flying out, I'm going to have to rely on this footage to figure out how to put it all back together again. More dirty screws. Set them up here. This one. So remember, this is just exploratory surgery. We're not repairing stuff this time. We're just taking a look around. Oh, am I gonna have to take this lever off? I think I gotta take this off. I think the other end of this thing is turning with it. So this thing might just be attached to this side of the clamshell case. Alright, so let's just try pulling this thing apart now. Got our big flat screwdriver, right? Ooh, look at that camera shot. Wow. Stick our big flat screwdriver in here. Kind of try popping this up a little bit. Oh, things are coming apart without a whole lot of resistance. Oh boy, here we go. Did you hear something go plop? Alright. Okay, so we got one cable that hooks into here, and one cable that hooks in over here. Everything's greasy. Oh, there's a dead spider in here. Oh, he's not a spider, he's a stink bug. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's pretty cool. Dead stink bug. Yeah. Just drop him on the ground. Oh man, there's other, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so, because this is an Evinrude, it's got this little black rubber round thing in here, and then it's got this kind of push fitting in here that goes onto this one. So my thinking is that I'm going to undo these two linkages, and by undoing them here, I can see how my shifter moves without them in place. That's my thinking. So that thing just plops right on off of there. That was really way easier than I thought it would be. And then, oh wow, look, this thing just lifts right on up. No fuss, no muss. All right, so here's a moment of truth right here. Okay, so this is the one that goes in on this side. I should have brought some way to label this one, because they're exactly the same. Oh, the one with some copper showing goes in the main one. Got it? Sure. You're like, yeah, whatever, Wayne. Whatever. All right, so moment of truth here. Let's see. Oh, this bad boy works great. Whoa, boom, boom. All right, that's me. Yeah, it locks in and out nice. Goes forward nice. Huh. All right. Let's just, for fun, let's just see if I can move the cable. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a little bit of noise back there. All right. So this is for this bad boy here. See this one here? Vroom, vroom. I'm lifting up the throttle thing. Here, let me put this one out of the way. Bring this one into the picture. See this? I'm lifting up the throttle. This one moves just fine too. It's all nice and greased in here. All this stuff looks good. I gotta take this little plate off here with my flathead screwdriver. Let's take this plate off right here. Whoa! That was the bucket pushing the tripod. We don't want that. Get you back over here. Alright, let's take this little plate off here, because this is how I got to get to this other little cable here. So the one where the copper's showing is the one that goes into the forward and reverse. And then this is the one that's for the, I guess it's like fast idle or something. Whenever you're starting it, you lift this little lever up here. You know, that's how when you first start it up. So, let's see what we got going on here. See, that looks greased and all nice in there too. I don't think I need a new one of these. What I might need though, is I might need new cables. And this little keeper piece here is exactly like the other one, I think. Let me double check. Let's take a look. They are exactly the same. They're the same length, same shape, same diameter, so they're interchangeable. That's good to know. And then we can just yank out this cable. Hello, Mr. Cable. Hello, Wade. And that one's working something back in the engine too. Now, if these work just fine, I don't know. We'll have to figure something out then, won't we? Okay. So. This all seems to work as designed. This part here, it fits into this greasy groove over here, but it's not, it doesn't really rotate freely. So that could be one of our problems. I have to find out if that's supposed to rotate freely, because it doesn't. I don't know. Don't know. A lot of grease in here. Look at that big glob of grease right there. And then this thing here. I mean, this all feels good. It's not all worn on there. It's all... This one here is very yellow. This one here is very white, as you can see. So this one's probably older, but I don't know. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's mounted in here correctly. I don't know. That piece right there, I'm getting that to turn just a little bit right now. This little thing here. So if that's supposed to spin freely, it's not. So that could be, it could be something. Alright, so the one where the cable is showing goes in this side. This one here goes in the other side. Screwdriver in my bucket. Biggest piece. Get that down somewhere. Well, my hands are all nice and greasy too. Luckily I got an old rag. Get the fingers all cleaned up. Okay, so without doing a whole lot of research, one of the things I mentioned before was, or I noticed before, was that this, so we're on the, this is the, this side of the machine here, is that this piece here, it's all like a metal bearing thing, and it should rotate. And it's really, really hard to turn. I've got it freed up a little bit now. So I think that needs to be cleaned and re-greased so that way it rolls correctly. Like there's a washer here that's kind of moving with me sometimes, but I think this thing should spin freely. So I'm going to address that. Then obviously we have figure out what's going on there with how this rocks a little bit. That might not be an issue. And then exactly what's going on there with that. Like why does that, maybe that's just how it's supposed to work, but that seems like it needs addressing. Alright, so let's go to the back and take a look at our cables coming into the engine. Okay, battery died in camera A, so we switched to camera B, and now we're back here at the engine. So, first thing I'm going to do, here's where our two cables are. So this one here is probably the idle one, because this one here is clearly connected to the shifter linkage which goes down. So I just want to make sure I get them correct. So I'm going to put tape on my outside one. So the idea is this is outside. That's all that tape is for. So these are held on with a nut here. Looks like a 3/8 maybe. And then there's this screw down bracket over here. So let's pop this off. Yep. This is it's a locking nut. You know, it's got that nylon inside of it, and there's a washer. And I'm probably going to drop something here into the bottom of the engine. I should really set something down. Alright, I set down my nut and my washer, and then we slide this piece off of here, supposedly. There we go. Alright, so that's that one. Here's the back one here. Same thing. 3/8 nut, locking nut. Imagine if you take these things on and off a few times too, you probably should replace the locking nut. There is no washer on that one, because I imagine the nylon parts in that locking nut thing probably go bad after a while. Now this one here, is this clicked into here or what? Nope. Alright, so now we just have to loosen. What I've been told before by people is that you just loosen the bottom screw a little bit and you take out the top screw. Holy moly. Alright, let's try just holy moly. Alright, that looks like a 7/16. It is. It's not. What the hey? Huh, it's 3/8, I guess. Yep. There we go. And I need a wrench for that one. The only 3/8 wrench I brought with me was a line wrench. It's okay, it should work. Come on. Just got to get it popped where it'll move just a little bit, because then I can do the rest with a screwdriver. There we go. So you get it popped a little bit, and then you can just turn it after that. There it goes. Okay. And then this one here, I'm going to take all the way off, so that way I can swing this bracket out of the way. Now the cables in this boat, they loop all the way around, so I'm just wondering if they could be bound up in some way. Alright, so here is the upper inside blah 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 blah. That moves okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but it moves okay. I'd like to find something wrong here. I wanna go, aha! I found the problem. That's what I want. I mean, if this cable's okay, and this thing moves okay on the engine, and the throttle seems okay, then I'm not sure what my problem is. Oh, yeah. Hey. That moves just fine, too. Oh, poop. I mean, obviously everything could be improved a little bit, but nothing's terrible. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Huh. Notice how that wiggles around like that? I don't think that's supposed to do that. That seems awfully sloppy. There it is, opening the carburetors. Whoom, whoom. And here it is advancing the timing, I think, because it's moving an arm that's up in there. But that's like quite loose there. Let me see if I tighten that down a little bit. Let's see what we got here. That's way too big. It's a 9/16. Haha. Stick it on my ratchet here. See if that turns. Oh, dang, that don't even turn. Does it loosen? Oh, yeah, it loosens. Alright. It loosens. So, one would think it should tighten too. Unless it was all the way tight. Unless that's it. But I'm wondering if there's some kind of bushing or something in there that's worn, causing it to have that much play. I mean, this motor is from 1985, so I don't break nothing, but it's already better. Let's try to go a little bit more before we snap something. I don't want to hear anything go bang. Oh, dude, that's a whole lot better. That could have been my whole problem right there. Alright, so that's on there. That's better. That's a lot better. Now obviously if the transmission shifting is challenging. That's nothing I can do about that. See, I don't know how stiff these things are supposed to be. And how greasy. But I am working them back and forth a bunch. So I'm thinking I should lubricate those cables a little bit more. Okay, so what we're going to try is we're going to try some of this lubricant that I got. This stuff's really expensive, but it's a rust and corrosion protection, and it's a waterproof lubrication. And it's developed by the Boeing company. But it was recommended to help lubricate parts on these boats, on the motors, and for other kinds of things. So I'm going to spray that on these. I'm going to spray that in here in the cables. I'm not going to do the full like running oil through the cables thing. I'm just going to spray them down with this. I'm going to spray this part with this, and then we're going to go up to the other end and do the same kind of spraying. But I'm going to back the camera up first so I don't get it all over my camera. It does say it's for use in marine engines and electrical circuits and deck hardware. Blah, blah, blah. It's supposed to allow it to dry, too. Right. Probably should be wearing gloves when I do this part of it. It smells neat though. Okay, so I lubricated the cables up at the other end too, pushed them in and out a little bit, seemed like they're a little bit better. And now what I'm going to do is this transmission shifter thing. I know it's not supposed to be tight, but I think it needs to be tightened down some because it's got a lot of wobble in it too. I want to try to take out some of that wobble so it's more a sure shifting in and out. Okay, so here's the bracket I'm working on. This is the one that has a rod. This top rod here goes down, and I think that's where it shifts. So the cable fits in this tray here, but I don't know if you can see or not, but see how much this thing wiggles? That's after me tightening it down a whole lot. So it's supposed to be able to rotate freely like this, up and down, right? But I don't think we want this kind of pivoting back and forth like that. Because every time you go to shift, that's a delay right there. So I'm going to snug this even tighter now to try to get it so it wiggles less. Like I did with this one here. As you can see, when I crank that tight, I stripped out the threads on this thing. You can see the threads are all ate up. That was from me cranking down on that too much. So I have to replace that. Then of course we got this, which doesn't inspire confidence. Let's see if we can squirt some stuff in there and get that working a little bit more like we want it to. See, this is already spinning a whole lot better than it was. I think it needs to spin super freely. Ooh, now we're getting freedom. Oh man. You know, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. According to Janis Joplin, I think. From me and Bobby McGee. There was like some grit in there that definitely, now that I've got it out, I mean this thing is just, this is freewheeling now. See, I was going to go buy a whole new remote control shifter assembly and or cables. Still might buy cables, but I'm thinking this thing's okay. I'm going to take some compressed air and blow on that. See if I can get some goop out of there. Alright, so I don't know if you can see my new blue marine grease that I got on there, but I blew it out and oiled it up a little bit more and then put some marine grease on there. So that thing now spins nice. It's not like, you know, like a ball bearing or whatever, but it does spin good. So I'm not sure how good it's supposed to spin, but it didn't even move before. Okay, so I know we need a new piece for that, but we can at least put the cables back in place temporarily until we get that piece, because it's wintertime and it might take me a while to get that piece. So let's see how these things are operating now. That's pretty good. Could be better, I think. I think it could be better. One of the lessons I've learned with doing this stuff is if I stop and start one of these projects, you want to make sure you're tightening everything up. So that way, when you go to come back to it, if all I'm doing is putting this on and I don't loosen this, I won't remember that it's not tight. Does that make sense? So, there. So I got that tight because otherwise, say if I come in and I can just put this bracket on without messing with anything else, I might do that. And I don't want to take the chance of having that be loose and then coming loose while I'm going down in the water. Let's put the lid back on this bad boy. Probably. Yeah, that way it's nice and snug. Alright, so I just finished putting all this back together. There we go, see? It's all tight. And I know my one linkage isn't hooked up in the back there, but this works just like it always has. But this, right now, is really nice. So, I don't know how well it's shifting between forward and reverse, but the feel is very good. The handle here is just a little bit loose, but there's a grommet inside of there that might be loose, or there might be something I need to snug up a little bit with that. But now I know how to take this apart, so I can do that if I need to. But this goes easily in forward and reverse now, and I think lubricating up that one little roller might have been my what fixed the whole thing up. So there we go. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, or don't like, whatever, and stay tuned. I'll be doing a lot more boat things as time goes on.